Hey y'all, good evening. So I'm sorry about the delay. There were some technical difficulties regarding OBS and resolution, and my camera's acting funny, and I had to wait till Joseph got back to be able to fix it because it was something I'd never encountered before, and it took him literally 2 minutes to fix it. So I'm really glad that he was able to fix it, and I'm really glad to be here with you guys. Again, it's been a really long time, but I'm excited about this stream. I wrapped up the 12-day Arteza Advent Calendar like 2, 3, 4 days ago. Sorry, it's going live tomorrow, and it already went live as early access over on Patreon. So once you're done with this stream, if you're one of my patrons, you can join me over on Patreon and check out the 12-day calendar, because I have some thoughts, and I have, hey Jill, I have some theories about this particular calendar here that are tied to what happened in the 12-day calendar. So obviously there's going to be spoilers for the 24-day calendar. That's what we're here to do today. There's probably going to be some hinty spoilers at the 12-day calendar because to me, I'm kind of reviewing them both as a whole. It's Arteza's 2022 Advent Calendar thing. So to me, they're kind of like a deal. So I wanted to kind of start with the listing on the Arteza site first, just to kind of give you guys some context. So let's see if I can be smart. And all right, there we go. Let's turn XSplit on. There we go. Hello. All right, so you guys are probably pretty familiar with the Arteza website. They're obviously advertising their Advent calendar. They're doing this like golden ticket thing, kind of Willy Wonka-esque, where you can win a year's worth of art supplies, but they think a year's worth of art supplies is $1,200, which for normal, right-thinking people, it probably is, to be fair. Now, we've talked about a lot of Arteza art supplies over the years, especially last year, and one of the reasons I kind of keep going back to Arteza is because they advertise a lot, and it seems like they're really trying to position themselves in like that sweet spot, that area that I typically like to review for older teenagers, people just getting into art, people on a budget regarding art supplies. That's like my sweet spot. So I just keep going back to Arteza, but I don't have any kind of affiliation or deal, and I'm probably gonna say some stuff that they're not really gonna love tonight. So that is fine. That is the way it is. So this is the Advent calendar listing, and they are actually sold out, at least right now. Sometimes they do get more in stock of the one we're talking about tonight. So this year, Arteza seemed to do something different. They had 2 art influencer collaboration calendars, the Diane Hill collaboration, which is the 12-day calendar, and the Maggie Ontreros, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, 24-day Advent calendar, and then they had their regular 24-day Advent calendar. And since last year we did the regular 12 and the regular 24, and since I'm kind of flirting with the idea of reviewing a bunch of art influencer art supplies and probably burning some bridges in the meantime, I thought this would be kind of like fun to do. And I was also really interested because when they call it a collaboration, you kind of feel like it's going to actually be a collaboration between the artist and Arteza, and that the artist is going to pick some of the art supplies that go in the Advent calendar and maybe create some tutorials, and like you think it might be a richer experience. At least that would be the hope. We'll find out tonight if that is true. So according to the Arteza website, Advent Calendars 2022 make countless holiday creations. Y'all, there's a limited amount of art supplies in this box. How are we supposed to make countless holiday That is a bold claim. Make countless holiday creations with Arteza's Advent art calendars. These 2022 holiday calendars are designed for artists of all levels. Now, I want y'all to keep in mind, anything an art supply company says can and will be used against them at a later point in any video that I do. I love it when they give me material to work with. These 2022 holiday calendars are designed for artists of all levels, and with every box, there's a chance to win big this holiday season. Look on the first day of your advent calendar for a chance to receive one of 6 golden tickets to win a year of art supplies, or a silver ticket for a special offer from Arteza. And in the 12-day calendar, I got a silver ticket. Our 12 and 24-day Advent Art Calendar features a wide range of art supplies to inspire artists to create with products they already know and experiment with new mediums. This holiday art calendar is designed for every creative and is suitable for beginners, professional artists, let's put a pin in that, and everyone in between. Such big claims. I love it. Discover your new favorite medium with our 12 and 24-day Advent Art Calendar. These Advent calendars make the perfect gift for yourself, all of your artistic loved ones. Additionally, the set is perfect for creatives who want to start their artistic journey. Order your 12 or 24-day Advent Art Calendar to get one step closer to creating holiday-inspired artwork. And we ordered the, sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. We ordered this one, yeah, the out-of-stock one, except I ordered it like in in September, because I ordered it before my aunt passed away. And I like hit them up as soon as it went live because I was hoping for something exciting to share with you guys. Let me close out their pop-ups. So I paid around $80 for this calendar. We're going to be finding out tonight if it is worth that value. Shipping with Arteza right now is free for orders over $29. I feel like that hasn't always been the case. They are also running a Black Friday deal. I personally feel like Arteza is kind of overpriced for what it is, so your mileage may vary. The prices we grabbed tonight may be lower than they would normally be, so just kind of keep that in mind. And Arteza is they white label their products, which means they're buying products manufactured by other companies. So you might get a product from Arteza that you like and then go and buy it 3 years later again, and it might be they may have switched manufacturers and it may be totally different and you might not like it. And that makes reviewing these kind of products really challenging because I don't know who their source is, and I think they're working with different manufacturers. It is a very pretty advent calendar. I'll give them that. Their advent calendars are very pretty. So, before we dive too fully into that, I gotta do my own little bit of plugging. So, as you guys probably know, I am an artist and an illustrator and a small business. I have finished up, for the most part, my shows this year. And I promised Joseph that I would get good about listing my stuff in the online shop. So I've been trying to do at least one item per day. Some days I do more. Most days it's just one. And while I'm not done yet, not by a long shot, there's a lot of new goodies in the shop, including some very cute charms and stickers, which could make really cute little stocking stuffers for yourself or for someone you love. And then, of course, the reason I'm here and the reason I do this to begin with, 7-inch Kara, my baby, my comic, which you can read as a webcomic, but if you'd like to give the gift of comics and watercolor, that is also an option. And I do need to actually really get on it and get the holiday bundles or the book bundle deals that we want to have listed up in the shop. So keep an eye out for that either tomorrow or a little bit later this week. When you're a small business, the going is slow. But what I'm most excited about, because it is the newest and it's something people have been asking about, is the coloring book, which is my first coloring book, and it compiles various, not the first 4 years of Lilliputian living, but like year 1, year 3, year 4, year 5, and then some bonus illustrations. And I'm just really excited about it, and it was very popular at the shows that I did this year, and we've got some more in stock now. So I've been working, as you guys know, I have a bunch of watercolor tutorials that utilize the illustrations from Lilliputian Living. And at the front of Curious Little Things, there is a download link where you can download the full high-res scans so that you can print them out on the paper of your choice. And if you want to, you can paint along with me, which I'm like the most excited about that. So hopefully you guys will check it out. You can find this, of course, at natosoup.com/shop. So I'm gonna switch our view back so we can actually get into the box and take a moment to read and pop out the chat. One of these days, I won't have my camera over here and my monitor over here, because I know that looks really weird. Yeah, beginners to pros. That's like the whole range, right? They got everybody covered. You can't miss anyone like that.
Oh, we need to flip your camera. Do you want me to do that?
Is the camera flipped? Would you come flip the camera before I really get into it?
Yeah.
And Joseph says that he's not a big fan of the packaging design. Not only can I not tell who it's for, oh, I'll finish reading that in a second. Ah, are you sure? That looks backwards now. I think it was correct.
It was definitely backwards on my screen, but...
Well, go check on your screen now that you flipped it.
No, I think I probably just need to...
I may have changed some things when I was originally having...
Okay, it's set to flip vertically, so that's good. Yeah, something might be like double flipping it. No, it's still flipped over here.
Give it a second to refresh.
No, I saw myself resize it. I see myself on camera. It's not the end of the world, but...
So Joseph was saying that he can't tell who it's for and he can't tell what it is based in the box. And I think that's actually a really good point. I forgot that because I bought this for myself. But if you were buying this for somebody else, you wouldn't necessarily be able to tell, unless you're familiar with the company, that it's an art supply advent calendar. And that could be good or it could be bad, because in a way it's like already wrapped up and ready to give. You don't necessarily have to wrap it, except on the back. I'm going to show you guys really quickly, but we're not actually going to read it. It spoils what's in the box. So if you want to give this as a gift, you are going to want to unshrink wrap it first. You get caught back up on chat. And Jill said, super excited to place an order with you next payday. You always have such great... Thank you, Jill. And I have a lot more. So I figured out how to ship originals. And I have some better photos of them. So I'm looking forward to working through the backlog and hopefully getting those done and sent out and getting them to people's homes so they don't just live in a portfolio where nobody gets to enjoy them. Okay, so now it's correct. Good, awesome. Joseph, would you share that we are now live on social?
Yeah.
Thank you. I've been promoting it, but I was excited to be able to like get to streaming and not have it super late. So let's go ahead and get this thing open and try to cut it without cutting myself. So my goal for tonight is to go Goblin mode and open all 24 days like you're not supposed to do, but I'm going to do it. And that's kind of the spoiler warning for people who they want to buy this or they receive this and they haven't opened it yet and they don't want to get spoiled on it. And I wanted to do it before we really got into December in case people were on the fence about whether they wanted to get it and whether it was a good value, especially after last year's where I felt like the 12-day was good and the 24-day was not good. Oh, it smells like art supplies. That's already a good sign. So if anyone decides to jump ship right now, it won't hurt my feelings because this is definitely like a spoiler. Ooh. Getting the spam bots already. Wow, lots of spam. All right, so it comes in a slip cover case. I'm gonna set the slip cover aside and we'll check that later on. So I think the packaging is really pretty. I don't disagree with Joseph where you can't immediately tell what it is or who it's for, but as a present, that's not actually a bad thing. You could say it's already wrapped. It comes with a red ribbon and it folds open like this. So really similar to last year's. And what I found with the 12 day is the 12 day was also pretty similar. Like they're using the same base and going from there. So I'm gonna go in order, starting with number 1. Anyone want to guess? Any guesses on what would be in day number 1? What does day number 1 look like it might contain? I'm betting wood cookies.
Yeah, that was my guess too.
I'm gonna grab a palette knife real quick. So if you guys enjoy ADHD antics and advent calendar unboxing, I really, even if you don't like makeup, I really like Alexandria Ryan's advent calendar unboxings. They're just so fun.
Are you having 2 or 3 wood cookies?
Well, let's say 3. This is what? A $70 calendar, or was it 80? Which did I say? And I paid full price because I'm smart. Oh, okay. So we got a silver ticket. The silver ticket, I didn't actually check out what the deal was, but I would bet that it's like a certain percentage off. I don't even know if these are unique QR codes. We can actually find that out.
What, you found that?
No, I have another, I have the silver ticket from the other box. They look the same. So if anybody wants to use my QR code for Arteza, go for it. You are welcome to it. 80, thank you. Okay, $80. I was hoping we would get 3 wood cookies, but instead we only received 2, and we only received 1 piece of twine. Hey, Allie, good evening. It's been a while. Enjoy your D&D game. 1 piece of twine for 2 ornaments. Arteza, you are already starting. I'm gonna also, while we're doing this, keep notes of what is in the calendar, what days, and that'll hopefully make it easier for me to go back and look up prices and get like a final verdict for this. Okay, so day 2 is way over here. So for those of you who do advent calendars, and it's becoming more of a thing. When I was young and I was growing up Presbyterian, they did advent calendars, but when my mom had to switch over to Catholicism, because that's what she grew up in, we did not do advent calendars, which is weird because you would have thought we would have, but we did not. And so I know like some people get really into it, and then some people are not into them. Like that's just not part of their winter holiday celebrations. Oh, wow, Arteza. Oh yeah, wait a minute. The days actually have something, so I apologize. Let me read day number 1. They do, but, and we'll talk about the ribbon. Look at how they package this, okay? So look where the ribbon is. And that was with this too. Like they're not doing the ribbon. It's like whoever's assembling these don't have any experience with the ribbon. You do it like this, so you can do it like this. But when I opened it, the ribbon was like that, and the wood cookies were like that. Like, thanks, Arteza. You're great. Wood slices, 2x. Ornament, 2 inches through 2.8 inches. Ornament, gift tag. These wood slices can be anything you want. Add some color with paint or etch them with a wood burning tool. And then we get our QR code. You know what, Joseph? Would you see what's on this QR code? Because the other one had one, and I never checked it. Last year did not have tutorials or demonstrations, so I assumed we wouldn't, but maybe I'm wrong. So inside on day number 2, we get a single paintbrush, and it says paintbrush round number 4. Brush up on your painting skills.
URL that just isn't going anywhere.
So Joseph says the QR code doesn't go anywhere.
I'm gonna
Try
try
typing it.
in directly into my
I love it. Arteza. And what's weird, I'm trying to find number 3. I would bet this is acrylic paint. They like my tweets, but I don't think they watch what I have to say, because they wouldn't be liking my tweets if they were watching what I have to say. But to me, some of these are just very easy to fix kind of things. Like, they could be recording tutorials for what they're including. Okay, does this ribbon work? It does! This one works, and this is a tube of acrylic in pine green. Day 3. Oh, Christmas tree. Pair this acrylic with your new brush and paint some happy trees. So, day 3, acrylic paint, pine green. Now, do you think our guest artist put together this box or not? Let me know. If I'm a newbie artist or a kid, it's hard that we're 2 days in and I couldn't create anything yet. Yeah. So last year they did art challenges, and that was my complaint too. Was like, I think for day 1, at the very least, you could get like a pad of paper and a pencil, and you could start with that. Maybe they're planning daily blog posts once December starts. That might be. So when I did them last year, I was thinking that, and I was disappointed to see that they never really fulfilled on that. So, you know, Arteza, you've got 5 days. I've knocked some tutorials out in less than that. You could definitely do that and do better, Arteza. So here is day number 4. What I'm kind of excited about, though, is we've got some weird doors. We've got a hexagon here, and we've got a triangle here, and then we've got, I would bet day 24 is a pot of glitter, because I'm psychic. So day 4, I have to say the palette knife, if you're opening all 24 days of an advent calendar, you're speed running. That's what I should have titled this, speed running an advent calendar. This is a little bit easier than like trying to do it with my hand. Okay, so day 4 is another ribbon that doesn't work. One of their older style acrylic markers in gold greetings. Actually, Joseph, that would be kind of cute. I would, if they did any of these days as charcoal, I would think that was really kind of cute. Hey, how are you? Good to see you guys again. I missed y'all. I miss doing the streams. It's just been a lot lately. And by that, I mean all of 2022. So day 4, acrylic marker in gold greetings, fine nib. No brush, no problems. With a shake and a pump, let's draw it out. So, day 4, acrylic marker, extra fine, gold greetings. There we go. Got some makeup names up in here. Now, what I would like to see, and I'm not seeing, is I'd like some like art tips, you know what I mean, or ideas or something. So day number 3, no, I did day number 3, day number 5. Oh, we have the big one. Actually, what do you guys think is in day number 5? What is day number 5?
memo pad.
Memo pad. We got to vote for memo pad.
It's probably a canvas.
You know, they do sell canvases, and I've never received one of their branded little canvases in an advent calendar. Looks like it could be some kind of paper. Yeah, right? We all we have are the wood cookies so far. We need some kind of paper. I really think they're trying to, oh, okay, all right. We have an acrylic pad with, I'm so sorry, I want to say Diane Hill, and I know it's not Diane Hill because Diane Hill did the other advent calendar, but
I can get her name if you want. Is it Maggie Interior?
Yes. Little Patterns. I'm gonna have to check her out because her art's really pretty. Though it looks, now that I'm looking at it, that looks digital to me, which is an interesting choice for an art supply advent calendar. No, I was looking for, yeah, okay. Do you guys mind a spoiler for the 12-day calendar? I'll give y'all a chance to answer while I type this up. This is day what? 5?
I can't vote.
246 pounds acrylic paper, 16 sheets. The surface is mini but mighty. Everything you get in this calendar works wonderfully on this versatile little pad. All right, bring it on. If someone was to give me this for Christmas, I'd be pretty happy. I wouldn't buy this for myself though. I do love the artwork on the packaging. It's the artwork on the packaging that kind of sold me on both the advent calendars. So this is from the 12-day calendar. It is also a little 4" by 4" acrylic pad with the Diane Hill art. And then we have the little patterns art over here. I have to say, the ability of the artists they picked is fantastic. The design of the art on the boxes is beautiful. That's like the highlight here. But I am not really seeing any collaboration between, and by collaboration I mean genuine like input from the artist about the materials that are in this. And that's why I bought that's why I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm gonna buy both advent calendars again this year. I thought there would be more input from the artist, and I was excited to see what working artists might have to suggest to Arteza from Arteza's line of products. So that is day 5. Day 6 is little. Hopefully it's tiny but mighty. I'm betting it's a half pan. Ooh, I feel like these are hard to open no matter what. And this is a perennial suggestion to Arteza. Their boxes are beautiful. If these were just little pull-out doors, you know, like little boxes, you could reuse this calendar. So inside, again, they're not making use of their ribbons, is a half pan of watercolor in snowy silver. Psst, spritz a little water onto this first. You're welcome. All right, so that's like, while not the biggest brain art tip, I appreciate the art tip, and there are a lot of artists who would not have known that, especially a lot of beginner artists. So more of that, please. That's more. Watercolor half pan, snowy silver. That's more what I want to see from this calendar, is those kind of suggestions. They could even poll their audience. They could even have a contest. It is the artwork that lures us in. I want to do an advent calendar. All right, day 7. Some cubbies are as small as the game operates. It does feel like that too, since I'm using a palette knife to like carve into it, but also trying to avoid the art supply. Like, oh, I'm so smart. I got it from the wrong way. That's all right. Trying to avoid cutting into the art supplies. All right, so day 7, we get a singular brush. This is a flat. Of course, Arteza doesn't have the size on there. That would be helpful. It is a number 6. The more the merrier. Change the angle of your brush for different lines. Thank you. Another actual tip. I appreciate that. Day 7. Paintbrush. Flat. In number 6. Right. Where is day 8? It also kind of, so since when I was growing up, the advent calendars we would do were like the chocolates kind. I keep expecting to find like chocolates or something in here. Y'all know Aldi has a cheese advent calendar that sells out super quick. And Louisiana finally has Aldi's. They have one in Metairie, and why are you so hard to open? One, don't make me stab you. One in Laplace. There we go. So I need to go search for the cheese advent calendar because I like cheese. And I don't eat enough of it fast enough.
It apparently released 2 days ago, so it's probably sold out now.
But it's Louisiana, and people might not know about the cheese advent calendar. I might have time. If I don't get one, that's fine. I'll get one day. Yes, really? Okay, here is a tube of gold paint in Holiday Gold. Day 8, acrylic paint, Holiday Gold. Highlights have never looked better than with your golden touch. See, now we're back to like the fortune cookie non-fortunes rather than like, you know, art tips. So acrylic paint, Holiday Gold. Day 9 is looking like it might be an acrylic marker. They gotta trick us. You know what I mean? They gotta like have some different shapes to these so that I can't guess what we're receiving. I wish we had one here. That sounds so yummy right now. Last year I was so sad because we didn't have one, so I'd had to just hear about it.
And they sell for like 5 times.
I know, people will buy them and then resell them. The idea of the like secondhand cheese market on eBay, just because it's an advent calendar, is pretty good. All right, so day number 9, red ribbon. It's all about the details. Experiment by using it on a dry painting. Thank you, another art tip. Oh, something else that's interesting. Let me find day 4 where we had the silver one. No, never mind. I thought they changed up their markers. I think they changed them up from last year. Give me a second. My drawer has jammed, so I can't. Aha, yes. Okay, they're down here. All right, so this is what I mean by Arteza is a white label company in that they work with white label manufacturers. And other people manufacture their stuff. So year to year, their products may change, and you might like one formulation, and the next year, even though the product has technically the same name and is being treated the same way, it's a different formulation. This was last year's acrylic markers. This is this year's acrylic markers. So to me, this looks a lot like they switched manufacturers. And they also proudly advertise that they're an American company, but everything is manufactured in the People's Republic of China. So I think it's kind of weird to brag that you're an American. Like they pose themselves as like an art supply company. They're not posing themselves as like Dick Blick or Michaels, where they're an art supply reseller. So to me, it's kind of weird that they don't manufacture any of their own stuff. So that is day number 9. Bless you. Acrylic marker. And what was that again? Red ribbon. It was a very good cheese basket. Except for that one cheese that was so, and I like blue cheese, and that one was like it tasted like diaper smell. I couldn't like it. I tried to like it. Okay, day 10. This is also looking like, ooh, this palette knife is too good at cutting. Also looking like it might be an acrylic marker. Oh, hey, it's something different. That's kind of exciting. It is a gel pen. It's a silver gel pen. I mean, it's not like an expensive gel pen, but it's something different from last year, and I'm excited about that. I think we did get a gel pen. I'm gonna have to look now. Glitter pen, silver, fine nib. Add a little razzle dazzle to your gift tags and holiday cards. So this one would be so simple for them to do a little 1-minute tutorial just demonstrating like very, very simple silhouette style holiday greetings. How to draw a bell, how to draw a mistletoe, how to draw holly, that kind of a thing. Day 10. Glitter pen in silver. Okay, day 11. Y'all are gonna have to let me know still if your opinion changes or if it stays the same. If someone gave this to you, would you be excited about it or not? I think I'm too close to be able to give a real answer. Not just because I bought it, but because I also reviewed their advent calendars last year. And in reviewing them, this one didn't want to open. I look up all the prices and stuff, so it's like I know how the sausage is made, and I might be a little too close to it. All right, we've got another ribbon that doesn't work. And we've got another watercolor in winter gold. Washes, details, highlights. Oh my! Please turn over. Really, look. Well, it's not going to focus, but it really does. Please turn over. Oh, I don't know, but that's funny. I do like the packaging. It looks like candy. It's like wrapped like an Andes mint. Let me read. Give me a sec. I think putting in one adventurous cheese was a wise choice. Oh yeah, that was like the first cheese I've tried in a really long time that I didn't like. That's kind of exciting in a way. Getting new art supplies every day, even if can't read either. Getting new art supplies every day, even if it isn't my favorite kind, is really fun. Thank you. Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. It is really fun. And like someone else picks them out for you, there's something really fun about that. The not knowing and the surprise. And like what I liked about last year's advent calendar for their 12-day is they had challenges every day. And I genuinely had fun using what I received that day and trying to create art using it and a few additional supplies. All right, this is another brush. Paintbrush, angle, number 5. Approach your next painting from a new angle. And Jill would also enjoy receiving this. Because in the end, I think that's a big... Let me type this, sorry, my brain does not want to work, and then I'll... The ADHD in me. I can't type and talk, especially if it's two different subjects. My brain is just like, no. I think that is an important aspect that I often forget with these kinds of things, is that it isn't just about the money spent and the value, but it's about the idea and the enjoyment other people get upon receiving it. The whole spirit of Christmas just totally was lost on me. Day 13. That's why I'm glad I'm doing this as a stream too, because it's nice to have those kind of reminders. Oh, but these doors. Maybe it's how I'm doing them. All right, day 13 is a tube of Christmas red. Get ready to paint the town. Oof. I think we're getting a lot of acrylic supplies this year because we've only gotten 2 watercolory things. We haven't, and a gel pen, but we haven't gotten any pencils, erasers, anything like that. Day 14. Now, what I wish, and maybe I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong, but I wish like Blick or Jerry's or basically any of the other art supply places would do an advent calendar. They could even if they don't want to buy blanks, and you can buy blanks, we're going to talk about that in a bit, they could even just do it in little numbered sacks, and I would be all on that. So Jill said, but not if I paid for it if it makes sense. For contrast, a friend found a handmade watercolor company that sold a 24-day advent calendar and half pans and a tutorial. Oh, hey, do you have a link for that? That sounds awesome. And 125, but you're getting what? A pan a day for 24 days and a tutorial book? That's a pretty good value. That sounds like my jam. I want to see. So I went on Etsy today, and after we do this, we'll talk about that. I was hoping to find like a bunch of art supply advent calendars, because like if I were making art supplies and I wanted to liquidate stock, that is how I would do it. And I didn't find that many, and that's kind of disappointing, because it would have been a really nice contrast of like, these are your options, and then we could talk about price points. Based in Germany, yes, thank you, I want to check that out. So day 14 is another acrylic marker in mistletoe green. You know, I wore a sweater because I wanted to look like fall and like festive, and it's like 70 degrees outside. So that was day 14. And then below it is day 15. Do you guys like the kind of advent calendars where everything's all like mixed up and you have to look for it? Or do you like the ones where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I feel like with the advent calendars you buy like online, like the pre-made ones, it's all mixed up, but the ones that like the wooden ones that you fill yourself are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a reason I think, well, it is pretty fun for them to be all mixed up like this. Like, you gotta find your day. Not fun to review, but like fun if you were doing it the right way. But I think the reason they do this is so they can fit everything on here, because they have all these differently sized items. All right, so on day 15, we have a tube of acrylic in snowman white. Made a mistake? It's okay. Cover it up and keep going. Does that count as a tip? I don't know. It's like right on that cusp of like, are they offering me life advice? That's day 15. Where is day 16? This really does feel like playing Operation. Where is day 16? There is day 16. Come on. This is looking like another acrylic paint marker to me, though. All right. Oh, I'm good at guessing. We received Winter Gray, and the new markers, maybe the old markers had a shaker too. Let me see. Yeah, the old markers had a shaker too. They have a shaker ball in them, which is nice because some of these colors really separate out. All right. So the perfect tool for adding shadows or outlines. I guess that would count as advice. Here's day 17. Oh, another gel pen. Okay, so it is in gold. I have to be real with you guys though. Their gel pens feel very, very flimsy, like Dollar Tree flimsy. Honestly, you could probably do with some, because like Dollar Tree these days has all these like neat little craft things. You could probably, of course now they're also $1.25. You could probably put together a cute little advent calendar just from Dollar Tree with decently passable stuff. All right, so day 17, when in Rome, add some glitter to it. Huh? Huh? What? I know the phrase is when in Rome, do what the Romans do, but... Huh? All right, where is day 18? I really want to get to these weird shaped ones because I don't actually know what's in them, and that is kind of exciting. Oh, I'm so glad it arrived, Dawn, and it's good to see you again. Are you doing any better since the hurricane? I'm so glad you like the illustrations. Day 18. All right. Inside, day 18, we have Festive Blue. Swatch this first. You won't regret it. What the? Okay, all right. So, where is day 19? Over here. This is looking a little bit bigger, right, than some of the other acrylic tube boxes. Hey, Heidi! Oh, then you know where this is going. Whoa, okay, we got something different this time. We received, actually this is legit different because last year they sent a bottle of like liquid acrylic, I believe. This is a pouring acrylic paint, but it's in the color Winter Wonderland. So like, how are we supposed to, if we only receive one tube, maybe 20 is also another bottle of pouring paint. Go with the flow. Imagine stunning white cells in your next acrylic pour. I mean, I do actually have an acrylic pouring kit from Arteza from last year that I meant to do, so this will get used. But it's a little weird because they didn't really send so far any other pouring. We'll see. We'll see. At least it's something different, and I'm excited about something different. Pouring. Okay. Dawn said, we're trying to recover, but a lot of people are worse off than me and haven't received any assistance. Yeah, that does sound about right for hurricane recovery. I'm sorry to hear that, though. Oh, gosh, Joseph. Somebody swatch me. And Dawn said, I was hoping your first coloring book would be watercolor book, maybe next time. Yeah, that's why I held off from doing a coloring book for so long, was I was kind of hoping I could work something out with a publisher and that we could do a nicer paper with nicer binding. I do want to do the winter paper children activities and just do them myself and print them out on the watercolor paper and use a binding machine to bind them. But those, there's like, what, 25 or so of those, and that is a little bit more manageable for me than like a big coloring book. But yeah, I do feel the same way. That's why we included instructions at the, not instructions, that's why we included a link at the front for being able to print it yourself, but I know it's not the same thing. Day 20. But I agree, it would have been really cool to have been able to do a coloring book on nice water, or just even half decent watercolor paper. Oh, okay, all right. Day 20 is Twilight Blue, so it is another bottle of pouring paint. So at least we have two. We could actually do something with it. 2 pouring acrylics is a party. Layer your paints in a cup and pour it onto a surface. I bet that would look pretty. Not that they suggested it, but I bet that would look pretty on the wood cookies, and that would be like moderately easy to do. Pouring paint in Twilight Blue. I'm glad they also didn't wait like a bunch of days. I'm glad it wasn't like day 1 and day 20 for the pouring paint, because you would have like a long time to wait to be like, well, I don't have any other pouring paint and I don't really know how to do it. All right, now we're finally getting into one of the excitingly shaped ones. This one is a hexagon, so I'm pretty excited because I don't really, it could be a canvas, it could be, I mean, I'm guessing a canvas, but it could be all kinds of stuff. Ah! Oh, wow. Let's go this way. All right. It is a canvas. Oh. That's kind of cute. I'm not going to lie. I'm a sucker for small and dumb shapes. Not that a hexagon is dumb, but you know what I mean? Like it's an unusual shape. All right. Okay. You got me there, Arteza. That one I like. Shaped canvas. The surface is screaming, paint me. Okay. I was hoping, like, I would have thought they'd have been like, use the pouring paint on the hexagonal canvas. You know what I mean? But no. But that was kind of exciting. It's finally something different. Yeah, paint pouring is in. I feel like, I don't watch a lot of it personally, but I do watch a lot of resin unmolding, but I feel like it's probably very relaxing to watch as it is to do. Get all that satisfying, like almost like ASMR, like your brain is like, yes, this is the way the world should be. These are so hard to open. Okay. Yes. All right, day 22. I think we have a third bottle of pouring paint. Sleigh Bell Silver. Let's elevate your acrylic paint pour game with some shimmer. What did I say? Sleigh bells. Okay. So, day 23 is the other exciting shape, the triangle. Probably a canvas. Not gonna complain though, because I do love the weird shaped canvases. Those are pretty cute. If I can open them, but I can't. Some of these are so challenging that I will sing in a aha. Okay, but the ribbon is totally underneath it. You can't get it out. Come on. All right. All right. I have to admit, I kind of love the dumb, cute little shaped canvases. They're very cute. Shaped canvas triangle. Unique canvases for unique paintings. Triangle equals an easel. I'm glad they didn't send one of those mini easels though, because like you can get those at Dollar Tree. And oh no, I made a grave mistake. I put it back and now I can't get it out. So day 23, day 24, and this is a 24-day calendar. So this is it. This is our last day. We will have Goblin moded. We have torn through an entire advent calendar after we finish opening this. What do you guys think is in this little round? I have a guess. I think it's glitter. But what do you guys think? Because I don't know for sure. Okay, there we go. All right, ready? I'll let you guys see first. Oh. It is glitter. And it says, oh, we have another QR code. This doesn't have to be the end. Shop the collection. Very classy, Arteza. Ending on a plug. And, come on. Yeah, no shaker top. Okay, so, gonna switch you guys back over where you guys can see way too much of my information. Nah, just my analytics. There. Here. This, and let me double check and make sure. Yes, all right. So this is everything in their collection, which is going to make grabbing prices for this easier. Is it going to be 100%? Absolutely not, because they have stuff in here that's available like only in sets or only in different formats, and that always kind of changes things up. But if you guys saw something and you like it, and you like the canvases, for example, that makes it I love those stupid hexagonal canvases. They make me think of honeycomb, and I think that's really cute. I actually have the winter acrylic pouring set, so that's something I need to like get on it and do. But they do have like they were smart and put together a collection of everything. So I am going to, if it'll let me, I'm going to put everything that was in the calendar in the chat. It will not let me. Okay. Well, this is going to go in the show notes anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and remove everything out of the calendar so that we can, not in any particular order because I'm a goblin. So we can grab prices and experiment and talk about it. So at this point right now, before you guys know the value of the calendar rather than the cost of the calendar, do you like this calendar? Do you feel like it's a good value? Would you be excited to give or receive this calendar? I don't have any affiliation with Arteza, so like, you know, I'm not like doing market research for them or anything like that. But I feel like young me would be really, really excited about this. Like young me would have been excited about any gift of half decent art supplies. So I would be pretty excited about that. But, and I don't want to like rain too much on anybody's parade with this calendar. I feel like Arteza's calendars, especially the 12-day calendar, which is going to go live to the public tomorrow, but is up on Patreon right now. I feel like their 12-day calendar is basically last year's 12-day calendar. This year's 24-day calendar did actually do a few, like with the pouring paints, and I know Heidi said pouring is popular right now, so that was a good move on their part. That at least is interesting and a little different, and the shaped canvases were a really nice touch with the pouring acrylic, and then the inclusion of the glitter makes sense with the pouring acrylic in a way that it didn't make sense with the 12-day calendar this year. So I feel like this year's 24-day calendar made a little more sense than the 12-day calendar, which is kind of a reversal on last year, where I thought the 12-day calendar last year was actually cohesive and I liked the challenges for the most part. Whereas this year I felt like the 12-day calendar was kind of redundant. But I think the 24-day calendar was the more exciting, in my, like, you know, in my opinion, the more exciting calendar. Ugh. I can't get this out. I'm gonna have to like just go crazy and ruin it, which is kind of a shame. Okay. Did I get every day? You know what? Let's do it the kid on Christmas morning way. I think I got every day. And it's a shame that I have to, like, you know, that the calendar looks like this when we're done, because the art is really pretty. It's a really pretty calendar. And I mean, you can kind of massage it back into place, although some days are just maybe a little bit beyond repair. Okay. So, get this organized in a way that is hopefully a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than the art dump that I have on the tabletop. I am not going to demonstrate the acrylic pouring tonight here. We're gonna have to come back to that at another time because I just don't want to do that at my desk. I want to do that like outside on our picnic table where I'm less likely to ruin my life, or maybe even on top of the grass or something, but not in this setup. All right, so for everyone keeping track, we received in the 24-day calendar, no day contained multiples except for the 2 wood cookies. And the 12-day calendar, you actually received all 3 brushes on one day. So no day in this calendar minus the 2 wood cookies did we receive more than 1 item. We received 3 bottles of acrylic pouring paint. We received 4 tubes of acrylic. I received 1 paper cut. I should have organized it in numerical order, and then I could sing it like, and a partridge in a pear tree. We received 2 shaped canvases, 2 wood cookies, 1 small pad of acrylic paper, 3 paint brushes, 1 container of resin glitter, 2 gel pens, 4 acrylic paint pens, and 3 watercolor half pans. Let me get caught back up. I do sort of feel like Arteza is not particularly focused when it comes to their advent calendars. And like on a personal level, I would have liked to have seen more drawing supplies in here. However, I get the impression that they're making an advent calendar for people who like art but are not necessarily very far along on their art journey, despite what they say in their claims. So I feel like they're including like really exciting and fun, responsive art supplies, and I'm probably biased because of the acrylic pour and the shaped canvases. That seems like something that even if you don't have the technical draftsmanship ability, you could still enjoy making art with it. There was a QR code at the end of the calendar. I'm going to hand that off to Joseph and see if he can get anything. And then there's also a QR code on the back. Actually, since we've already,
You want me to scan it from the screen? Oh, okay.
Since we've already gone through this, I'll just read the back for you guys. This is their premium series. 1 acrylic pad, acrylic paper, 16 sheets, 1 triangle canvas, 1 hexagon canvas, 2 glitter gel pens with a fine nib, 2 wood slices, 3 pouring paint containers, 3 paint brushes, 4 acrylic markers, 4 acrylic paints, 1 glitter, and 3 watercolor metallic half pans. And then meet Maggie Anteros at Little Patterns. And I'll probably be following her on Instagram because I think her art is really pretty. Maggie Anteros is a commercial artist based in the mountains of Southern California, most known for her beautifully detailed and layered floral illustrations. Her work embodies the principles of maximalism, bold graphics that deeply evoke the idea that more is more. Arteza is thrilled to partner with Maggie for this special edition of our 2022 24-day holiday calendar. And then they have a QR code here as well. The artwork is by Maggie Anteros, and I appreciate that they credited for the 2 collaboration. Oh, whoa! Thank you, Dr. Bennett. Thank you for all you do. Hope this helps in case you decide to look at the advent calendar from Germany. I appreciate that. Thank you. On that note, I appreciate that they are crediting the artists that they collaborated with. That is something I complain about all the time, as I want to see art supply companies credit their artists and champion their artists. What I don't understand, though, is they have a regular 24-day calendar where they don't credit the artist at all. So it's like, you did good, but you could keep doing good. I'm going to send this over to Joseph as well and get caught up real quick again. I still think Joseph should make Becca an art advent calendar. I do still want him to. I've actually been looking for reusable wooden advent calendars for something. I think advent calendars are fun anyway. So I would probably, whether we were doing art supplies or doing candies or something like that, it would get used. But I haven't found a good, bigger one that isn't overpriced in my opinion. Joseph said, I think I could do a good job. I have a project I'd like to do for her this year, but haven't made progress yet. And Joseph said, I'm sure y'all will hear about it if I do. That is true. Jill likes the tiny canvases that were included with the pouring acrylic. And Dawn said, it is easy, a 12 days art advent calendar. I'll let y'all talk him into it. I won't argue. Jill said the watercolor pans have me kind of stumped as they didn't include any surfaces they'd be good on. Yes. Yes. Joseph said you would think they'd at least have a sampler paper. Good point there. And Jill said Arteza makes some decent watercolor paper too. And Heidi said an ideal calendar would have mini crafts each day so you don't have to wait all 24 days to paint things. Yes. And Dawn said, has Becca completed last year's sketchbook from the art advent calendar she received? I did the 12 days, and I actually have them with me because I was going to talk about them a little bit with you guys. Yeah, I did the 12-day. The 24-day didn't come with like regular art advent calendar challenges, if you know what I mean. Like there was like some suggestions, but it wasn't like the 12-day had one every day, and I was hoping to see that again this year, not necessarily with the intention of doing them because I kind of overwhelmed myself with doing the daily challenges and then also doing like, you know, normal holiday stuff and then doing holiday stuff for the channel. But last year I did it and I enjoyed doing it. I think having the challenges adds value to the calendar. A lot of people like art challenges and art prompts, so I think, and that would also make it an even better gift for someone who wants to get into art, and they end up having like a lot of art block, or they end up kind of stumped. Having a curated calendar experience with directed challenges could really help people kind of get over that.
Especially if it turns into like a online like Inktober kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think they tried to do that last year, but people weren't really I didn't see too many people sharing the challenges. I tried to share them, but there wasn't already a community built in with that.
So they need bigger prizes.
I don't think there were any maybe there was a prize. I don't remember actually. Obviously I didn't win it, but I had fun doing it anyway. I just kind of burnt myself out doing the daily mini acrylic. Oh, and that's another thing. So I'm someone who, I thought I didn't like acrylics. Like I hated acrylic when I did acrylic in college. And I think it was because of how, it was right after Katrina and the way the teacher taught it and the fact that he had lost everything in Katrina and he was terribly depressed. So every critique he gave was just like savage. He offered no help and no instruction and no instruction on how to use the materials, and then he would just savage you during the critique, and I cried after every critique. So it made me hate acrylic. And last year's advent calendar, along with, so these are a cheat because I didn't just use what they sent in the advent calendar, I also used the Arteza supplies from the 2 kits I reviewed last year. So even though I like the 12-day calendar better, it still didn't include enough supplies to do these challenges. I tried to lean heavily on the supplies in the advent calendar, but it still wasn't really enough to do anything. Oh, I still think these are really cute, and I'm going to put them back. So I decided my Christmas tree, we may have to do a separate Christmas tree, but the little white Christmas tree is like an art Christmas tree. So it's going to have like this, and I commissioned a friend to do a couple of ornaments of Kara and Naomi that I need to print out. And you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff. So that was last year's challenge. And Joseph said it's not resolving, so the QR code is not resolving on the phone or computer. He shared the address. Oh, Heidi said it's because it's their in-house artist, and who cares about those? As a former in-house artist, Heidi can actually say that. Yeah, and that's why I usually, since I'm nobody's paying me and I'm not working with anybody in that regard, I try to advocate that companies need to credit their artists because it makes a big difference. It can really allow you to build up your career. Joseph said the one on the back of the box isn't resolving either. And Heidi said, or at least start with a paper sampler pack and then some nice pencils and then ink pens, etc. So you can go step by step. I also agree. I think that is my other complaint about the Arteza Advent Calendars is I don't feel like there is a lot of intentionality in what they're including and when they're including it. And maybe I'm too picky. Maybe I'm just begging a company to hire me to do it for them. But I would like to see an art supply at advent calendar with like a lot of intentionality and like building on ideas and building on materials. But that might be getting, huh?
Would it be better? Could you reorder it to make it better? Or it's more about...
This one's a little too disparate for me to be able to do that, I think. I think I would start with the paint pouring because it's fun. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's fun and it's immediate and you don't have to be good at drawing to do that. So that's building up confidence. But then from there, everything's kind of disparate. Ooh, Soap said, sad to hear that you have a bad experience with acrylic because of a bad professor. Hope someone reports them. That was more than a decade ago. That was many. Katrina was 2005. It was more than 16 years ago. So I needed to get over it. Actually, he's the reason I went to that school because he was going to start a watercolor department. So he got kneecapped bad by Katrina. And Heidi said, having worked for JP, a company I will not name, sometimes just having a cute little marketing ploy is the only part the sales team thinks about. And the cute little marketing ploy is what gets you. It's what makes you want the thing. And Jill said I would have started with the pins so you could address holiday cards at least. See, that's also good. That's thinking with intentionality. So, would you guys rather, I am not going to demonstrate, like I said, the paint pour, at least not fully right now, because I am not prepared to clean up the mess it makes. I didn't realize we were getting paint pour supplies, otherwise I would have put like, this is Teflon. No, it's Teflon. But it doesn't, as you can see, it stains and there's like all these crevices and stuff. I would have put down wax paper if I known we were doing paint pour, but I would be happy to demonstrate things for you guys, or we can go digging for prices. Which would you guys rather do first? Demonstration or price digging? And while you think about that, I have the Arteza mixed media pad that I got in one of the kits last year. And actually a pad like this would have been, not this size, but you know how they do like the mini pads? They could have done like a mini pad. This would have been a good choice because while it's not like the best for everything they have, it's at least decent enough for everything. Get a trash bag, pour over that. Heidi is here for chaos. All right, demo. I don't think Arteza is worth the price. Yes. See, that is where, like, it doesn't really matter what Arteza does. That's where my issue is always going to come down to, is I don't think you get the value that they're promising. So, give me a second. I gotta find something. But I'm debating whether I want to spoil the 12-day calendar for you guys. I'm not gonna spoil the 12-day calendar. We're just gonna move on. You'll just have to watch the 12-day calendar unboxing and see. So I'm gonna start with the less messy stuff first, and then I'll go get some wax paper and we'll do a smidgen of paint pouring, just a little taste, because I have to look up how to paint pour again. It's been a while since I did that kit from, they have instructions, so maybe we can just go with that. All right, I want to actually do something with these canvases, so I'm going to hoard them away. And I actually want to do something with the wood cookies. But last year I painted on the wood cookies, and this one didn't have a crack when I painted on it, and it developed a crack over the year. So these are not sealed wood cookies. They are not necessarily primed wood cookies. So if you're painting along on these, you may want to find, like, you could use maybe water. We could even try watercolor ground on them because I have some watercolor ground from Core. Maybe. That's a thought. But anyway, they took the acrylics pretty well. And I had fun painting on them. So I will probably paint on these, but that'll be like its own separate thing. It is unseasoned wood. Yeah, it's probably not even old enough to paint on. Oh. Oh, Jill, you're full of the good ideas. Okay, I'm going to go get a cup of water. I'm going to rinse the sizing out of this. And honestly, I'm going to take my sweater off because I'm hot. So I will be right back. Well, I'll be back really soon. Yeah, that's XSplit for you. It's like, where did she go? I am going to start on their acrylic pad, and I'm going to start with the acrylic markers. And I am going to use a Copic marker, and that will let us do some opacity testing. So I hope everybody who celebrates Turkey Day had a good Turkey Day. Start with pine green. So I keep debating whether I want to. Ooh, this one's already messed up. I keep debating whether I want to do spoilers for the 12-day, but I really want you guys to also watch the 12-day. So if I talk about what's in the 12-day too much, I feel like people are going to be less likely to watch it. So the thing about Arteza's acrylics is they don't have any body to them. They're really weak and they don't have like a lot of coverage to them. I feel like this year's, in terms of the Advent calendar, I haven't like bought the set of their acrylics for this year. I feel like they're a little bit better than last year's, but last year's was like play acrylics, if that makes sense. So like over the year, I bought a set of Blick. They're cheap acrylics because we've been doing acrylics with Art Squad a good amount, and those are much nicer than the Arteza ones, and they're not too expensive and they last a long way. So like even compared to other moderately budget acrylics, they're not that great. I can't really recommend them. I would say they're probably on par with like King Art and those kind of acrylics that you commonly find on like Amazon or on Zulily. And that's actually how I got started doing Arteza stuff, was just seeing it on Amazon and being like, what is this? Why do they carry so much stuff? And then Instagram won't let me forget about them because they're always, I guess I must be their target demographic because I'm always getting their ads. So this is their Holiday Gold. Arteza's the Reeves of the social media era. Yeah, they're pretty close to that. Well, they are buying. They're a white label company, and by that I mean they buy white label art supplies from other companies, and then they put their label on it. So they don't really work with the best, I feel like. We celebrate Harvest in October. It's similar to Thanksgiving, but it's much more church-based. Harvest sounds nice. Is it food relevant? Ooh. And then the white, and I really globbed it on there, but it had a little bit better coverage than it did than the ones from last year. But it's, in terms of body, there's just like not a lot there. I would bet it's mostly fillers. Get you some lunch. Well, oh well. Can't do that while it's still wet. Should have done it while it was dry. I want to do just like a little bit of mixing just to see, just to make some mud, to make a mess, because we're going to be making a mess tonight anyway. So they spend the money they save by buying cheap paint on Instagram ads every 3 posts. Yeah, that's about how often I've been seeing them too. And I was really hoping, I'm always boo-boo the fool when it comes to art supplies, because I was really hoping that by collaboration, like this was going to be like a real collaboration between those artists and Arteza. Oh, it's got a smell. It's not as bad as last year's, though. They're mixing okay. It's not totally turning to mush. Am I making a mess? Yes. Am I having fun making a mess? Also, yes. It's all right. Not gonna go back into it, though, with water. Actually, that's kind of pretty. That could be like a technique right there. That might be something to play with later on. Oh, another thing about their acrylic paper is it doesn't have a coating. It doesn't have that like plastic coating, and it's not canvas paper. It is literally just a cellulose paper, slightly heavier weight, and it's got like a canvas embossed kind of pattern on it. So you want to gesso this, or you want to prime it or something first, because it's going to suck up all your paint. And that's for all these 12 little illustrations here. I basically had to do that, was like prime it with a color, and then I could paint on top of it. So their acrylic paints are not great. Not the worst I've ever seen. I'm going to have to get another cup of clean water. But we're going to talk about the watercolors next. My job at JP was half the time fighting a bad medium to make it look good. Yeah, that's kind of what we got going on here. So this is Winter Gold. And it says, please turn over. Designed in the USA and manufactured in China. I don't really know how they designed it at all, because these are just like, there's not much designing when it comes to these kind of watercolors. So I have a bit of a theory that they are, oh, those are different than, these are different than the metallics I reviewed last year. These are like, they went with a different manufacturer. These are very dry, extruded little chiclets that just pop out of the pan like immediately. That's holiday gold. Obviously, we need to pre-activate these very dry chiclets. Last year's metallics from the kit had a lot of like glycerin to them, so they absorbed water quickly, and they weren't bad actually. Is that a zither I hear? I don't, maybe it is whatever. We're not playing zither. I have talked about buying Joseph a tongue drum, and he's joked about creating the music for the channel. Joseph said they probably just picked the pigment, picked the binder amount. I don't think they even did that. I think they went on AliExpress, found a vendor who does ODM services, and contacted them. Oh, that's a pretty color, that teal. I wouldn't call that holiday blue, but it's a pretty color. So like they had a holiday blue, or no, I'm sorry, blue blessings in the 12-day, and that was like a phthalo, and this is like a teal. Yeah, there's no coating on that paper, so it'll just suck up your paint and you can't get it to move. So you have to pre-coat it to get the paint to move and blend. These are different. I don't know about in a good way or in a bad way. I am legit surprised they have not worked. They didn't collaborate with a brush calligrapher, because everything but the paint pours in this set could be used for like hand-drawn calligraphy. Okay. All right, we're gonna start with the gold. And it did pick up. We did get some gold, so that's all right. You could maybe even like really scratch some up and work it into your acrylic paint if you wanted to, for like that teal color. Oh, I should have done coverage. I don't think this has much to it though. It's fine though. I like the fact that they chose metallics for Christmas. That makes sense to me. Something a little more sparkly. These aren't actually that, I don't know. They're not, the gold doesn't really seem to have much mica in it. It kind of seems like yellow ochre with a little bit of sparkle. The silver kind of feels like the same thing. I wonder who they went with for these. And then at least they're activating. Like I really, when I saw these, I was like, oh, we're not going to get anything out of them. That's kind of a pretty color. I wouldn't call it a holiday. I mean, it's like holiday in that it's like a summer holiday blue, but it's like kind of like a wintry, like a snowy kind of blue almost. So that's kind of pretty. These brushes are okay for acrylics, but not great for watercolor. I think they included a water brush in last year's. I'm kind of surprised they didn't in this year's. They're okay. They're like a fun addition. But there's not like, I don't know why I'm trying to get like all deep with Arteza, because there's not really much to get deep with. So probably just trying to gild the lily. Has brush calligraphy gone out of style? My biggest stationery news is from people who still work at JP, and it's all about the planner life there now. I didn't think brush calligraphy went out of style. I mean, it might not be like the like it thing that everyone thinks they can do, but I think there's definitely still a place for it. That's a skill I wish I had. That's never going to happen because my handwriting is atrocious. These really settled out. That's my fault though, because they sat for like a month plus. Jeez. And then they take a while to prime, but they're the ones that have the plastic nibs. So the downside to that is if you're doing it on top of acrylics and there's any texture, it's gonna splutter and it's gonna send like little bits of paint everywhere. Otherwise they're fine. I mean, they're acrylic paint markers. Oh yeah, I think it's a Woot shirt. But for real, I really think that like Blick or Jerry's or any of those art supply companies, if they wanted to do an art supply calendar, they don't have to call it an advent calendar. You can call it whatever they would like to call it. I really think there's a lot of room in the market for them to do. Please, please do it. All the people who do lettering on Instagram and stuff have it sped up by 2x at least. Even if I was taking a million years, it would still look terrible. A lot of them can do it one and done. That would not be me. I'd have to go over it multiple times. What would you, in an ideal art supply advent calendar, what would you like to see? What is your ideal? I think for me, I think a nib advent calendar, like of dip pen nibs, would be a really cute idea. I think a fountain pen ink sample advent calendar would be a really cute idea. Goulet pens might be doing that. I don't actually know. These write okay. If you could get a really smooth finish, like on your wood cookies, you could actually do something with them. It's that plastic nib. Well, I like the plastic nib because it doesn't fray as bad. It splutters a whole lot. A watercolor half pan advent calendar would be pretty good. A drawing utensil advent calendar with different leads and different pencils and different erasers and different grips, that would be pretty cool. So their little acrylic markers they're pretty good. They're not bad. And I'm saying that because I know what these cost. So, like, I'm keeping that in mind. These gel pens, y'all, I cannot express the jankiness of these. There's a fountain pen ink calendar. Ah, there we go. A proper mixed media one. What would be in that? I like mixed media as well, so, like, that would be my jam as well. Oh, this is a very yellow gold, like, that's just yellow. That's yellow. Y'all cannot see it because my camera is not doing it justice, but this is gold and that is yellow. At least the silver is silvery. They write alright. They write like those gel pens that you know are gonna die like the third time you pick them up and try to use them. So you better, like, whatever you're doing with these gel pens, you better do it. Oh, do you know a cute inclusion would have been some black paper because of the gel pens and because of the paint markers? That would have been a cute inclusion. Like to see something that is just one or two of a bunch of different supplies you can try and decide if you like them. A gold, ooh. If you could do a good fake gold leaf. That would be cool. You know, in an art supply advent calendar, I'd actually like something that leans into like this is just personal opinion, mini crafts. Like the kind of stuff that I see other people do on YouTube, and I'm like, it would be cool to try that, like finger weaving, but I'm not gonna try that, right? So like maybe an advent calendar, this mythical perfect advent calendar that probably costs $500. That would be in the mythical perfect advent calendar. All right, I think okay, so we have the glitter. And so, oh, okay, y'all can kind of see it. It has little bitty hexagons, stars, and then individual little flakes. And I'm not going to do it tonight because I am a coward. But I'm going to do something with this glitter. I have a couple of Christmas crafty ideas that I want to do. I live in Belize and we have a lot of cheap art supplies, and those pins remind me of the pins available in my country. They are pretty cheap. We will see if they die soon. Like those little monthly. Oh, yes! Oh, who does that? It's like Kitsune and something. No, Sophie and Toffee. Those are so cute. Oh, no, I'm going to use this glitter. It's like a loose glitter, and I know it's going to get all over the place. And I am afraid of it right in this moment. Okay, I am going to clear some space, and we're going to attempt to do the pour. And I'm going to follow the instructions on the bottles and the instructions that you guys give me. I am not going to look it up because, I don't know, lazy, I guess? Because I trust y'all, that's why. My mom brought disposable dessert plates for Thanksgiving yesterday, and I think if I can find something small enough to fit, that will work. I'll just sacrifice one of the wood cookies. I think I have some more in my craft overflow anyway. I would use that. I might use the glitter in the pour. I don't know. It's going to get all over everything. And I'm like starting chapter 9 pages, so I don't want it all over those. I'm so glad my husband doesn't get too involved in my art addiction, because I can't imagine how many I would want to hoard art supplies like I don't have enough. Guilty. It can cause problems. All right, so it says shake well, mix colors, pour, and enjoy your design. So I actually, Joseph, do we have any of those do we have any disposable cups?
Yeah, I can look. You want the full-size ones, right?
I'll take a well, if we got the small ones, give me a small one. But if we don't, I'll take a full size. Okay. Acrylic metallics, watercolors, a couple of different pens, and maybe oil pastels or alcohol markers. I think a fun combination. Use a tiny spoon to scoop somehow. It says to use a cup. Oh, perfect. This actually might be just the right amount. Okay, so I assume it's got, yeah, all right. Good thing I checked. Sealed for freshness. And it's premium. So with Arteza, most of their stuff is student grade or children's grade, hobby grade or children's grade. Their premium stuff, that's where like their cotton rag paper tends to live. That's their more expensive stuff. But you don't see that as much. Ooh. Ooh. Sorry. I'm weird about it. Well, because I know it's going to get all over everything all the time. Oh, for the glitter. That would have been a good idea if I had a tiny spoon. I thought you meant for the paint, and I was like, yeah, I mean, you could do that. Okay, so I haven't done paint pouring in a while. I enjoyed it when I did it, but I haven't done it in a while. So mix the colors, pour, and enjoy. your design. That is one of the instructions. I am required by Arteza law. I don't know if I mixed that good enough or what. I thought I did, but people on the internet make this look so easy. Get all OCD with paint on my hands. Yeah, it gets all over the place. It bothers me. And then people are like, well, you're an artist. You should be used to it. No. I'm probably going to mix too much because much like me with food at parties, I seem to think more is more is more is more. I hope this turns out well because it would be nice to have one for the tree. Okay. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I doing it right? You guys tell me. I don't know. That's way too much. Oh no. I made a mess. It's pretty though. I am going to add some glitter to it because, you know, when in doubt, junk it up. Really glitter it. Make it look fancy. That's kind of pretty. See, this was actually kind of fun. And I've never done it before. And I don't know if it turned out, how it's going to turn out. I don't even know if I'll be able to remove it from the paper plate. But I feel like more of these low investment arts and crafts in an advent calendar would be kind of a fun way to do. Upcrate came out with an art advent calendar, but I'm sure it's only for the German market. I do not have a tiny little spoon. Oh no, that's kind of cute. Oh, I should have been smart and I should have put like a riser underneath it. Oh well. We're here. I committed to this. That was fun. That was the most fun part. I enjoyed that. I would do that again. I feel like I mixed up too much paint, but I feel like that was worth doing. Was it worth the price of the advent calendar? No. But that was fun. Next time, putting the blank on top of another cup so it doesn't stick to the plate. I know this is going to be a very baby second pour, but you're right. I should have done that, and that would be the smart thing to do, and I will do that next time. And to be fair, their instructions did not instruct. I thought this is what you get when you follow their instructions. All right, so all that really leaves us is but that said, with like no effort and no knowledge, that turned out okay. Yes, that is correct. That was worth something, but not like 80. If they had leaned in to any one medium, particularly the acrylic pour or the watercolor, that would have made it, you know what I mean? Because then it starts to gel together. I'm one of those people who think like the concept is worth money if it's a good concept, and the tutorials or the explanations, all those like behind the scenes extras you get, make it worth the money. And this was not cohesive enough to make it worth the money on that. But I need to do some number crunching. So here is the fun part of the evening. It's fun if you like getting way too nerdy about art supplies. It is boring if you don't. So if you're not interested in this aspect, I totally get that. I feel you. I will have totals in the description when we're done. But it is time for me to crunch some numbers and grab some prices. And I got it up on the screen so you guys can actually see where I get what I get. Not that you guys have ever doubted me, but like some people will be like, where are you getting your numbers from? And it's like, from their website. Yeah, they didn't really build up the community. I kind of feel like some of these art supply companies expect the user base to do all the work, but they don't even like reshare or promote when people do that. So it's like, well, that's okay. So we got 2 wood cookies, and this is going by their shop the calendar page. So I am giving them the best benefit of the doubt that I can. A set of, they say it's the medium wood slices, but for real, these are their smaller wood slices. But I'll go with their medium wood slices, despite them not being their medium wood slices, right? Am I in the right section? Yeah, I am in the right section. And I asked to use them again this year, and he burned them up. Yeah, for real, wood slices are kind of overpriced. So the wood slices are $18.99. We're going to divide that by 25, and then we're going to multiply that by 2 to get a $1.52 each. No, $1.52 total for both of them. Oh, now I gotta go dig up their paintbrush, because what they like to do is they like to split up sets. I know these craft brushes are not the brushes that was in that tutorial. Why did they send me that? I think they're getting their brushes from here. Now, obviously, the bigger brushes are going to have a higher value than the smaller brushes, but I didn't get any of their bigger brushes. I didn't get the fan brush or anything like that, so I am just gonna like flat divide this up. So that is a set of 12, and we received 3 brushes today. $26.99 divided by 12 times 3. So the total value of all the brushes in the box is, oh, I'm not gonna like how I do this. I'll do the individual, trying to figure out how to do. Now you guys get a peek into everything I cut out from my videos, all that part. But I think this is the fun part, in a way. I like digging and figuring out what things cost. I can't price. I do like art supply sleuthing. I can't price my own art to save my life, but I do enjoy the sleuthing. So each of these brushes, being generous, is $2.25. And then these are not, are those the same? I guess they are. They look nicer in the photo. No, those are not the same. Look. Look. They have the branding on here, but I don't think they're the same, but I'm still I'll go with them because this is what Arteza is saying is the same. But it's gonna bother me. So that's a set of 14, so $10.99 divided by 14, and I got 2, oh, bless you. And I got 2 of them, so times 2 is $1.57 for both, or 78 cents each. I guess I'll do the per unit price. And it's 78.5, so I'll say 75 cents, 79, sorry, cents each. Oh, I hate dealing with their acrylic because they like just, it seems like they just link like everything they've got, right? So, and these are not the tubes that they sent, but okay, so how many tubes of paint? We got 4 tubes of paint. So 15 divided by 12 is $1.25 each. this is why I was glad that you guys reminded me of like kind of what it's like to receive something like this and have no idea what it costs or the value of the items in it. Because this is where the Christmas joy starts to fall apart when you're digging in to find out how much things cost.
The Christmas joy involves money?
No, what I mean by that is like it kind of ruins the joy when you know that they cheaped out. But see, it doesn't ruin the like the kindness of the person giving it. It just makes you be like, Arteza. And see, here's the other glitter gel pens, which are still not the same ones. I guess I'll go with the single color price. It's hard to explain. Other than I know too much now. There we go. This is what I was looking for. I actually think their acrylic markers are pretty fun though. Like they're not the best acrylic markers out there, but they're very cheap for what they are in terms of price. Like I feel like they are fairly priced for what you're getting. So $30.99 divided by 40 is 77 cents each. And that's why there's so many of these in the box. And see, they could make up for some of this like price wibbly wobbliness if they had tutorials or demonstrations, or someone was like showing you interesting ways to use these things, or just how to use these things, period. Like that's a value add. It'll be interesting to see what glitter they link, because when I went looking for the 12, I couldn't find the glitter. I found like kind of similar glitter, but not really. Not really the same. I'm going to be generous. Oh, that's a pack of 2. I was going to make do, because I think they got all their colors. Yeah. From here. No, these look like the old ones. The ones they sent us are different. Yes, I am going to be pedantic about it. Let me see if I can find the ones they sent us. Wouldn't surprise me though if I couldn't. See, it almost looks like they're ocean colors. Well, here's their glitter. And this is not the same glitter, but while I'm looking at it, I'm gonna grab it. And we got one glitter, and it's like half the size, maybe even a third of the size. I'm gonna be generous though and say half the size. Okay, so 12 divided by 6, and then I would divide that by 2. I know, I just like showing y'all the math.
They can't see the...
Oh, you're right, they can't see the calculator. I'm super smart. I'm also tired and my brain is like trying to go off track. I guess this is it. So I guess I have to grab the price from here. I don't necessarily, it's not the same thing. So it would be half of $4.99 each. Because it's a 2-pack, pack of 2. So that would be, let's say $2.50. Okay, all that leaves us is the cute little shaped canvases, which I hope these are the same size because those are really cute. I like, oh, and the acrylic pad. See, this isn't even, I mean, they're not doing this so I can grab a price. They're doing this. Oh, those are 6-inch, but I like the mini ones. Those are bigger than, oh, y'all aren't going to be able to see if I put it on the tabletop. I want the mini ones. The mini ones are really cute. It's good that they don't have them because I'd be getting fussed at for getting them. And then I'd be like, but I'm going to do something with them and then never do anything with them. Okay, so each, they're $2.17. I'm sure like the smaller ones would possibly cost less. I mean, they're less materials, but honestly, when you work this little, not that y'all can see that, it's harder to do. So it probably evens out. I want you guys to guess how much the value of this calendar is. I don't know. I mean, we... Oh, nice. Good. More guesses. I don't actually know. I am not that great at math. So, like, I'm not keeping up.
Running total.
I don't have a... Yeah, I don't have a mental running total.
Running total.
All I need now is the acrylic pad. I don't like where I'm going to get this number from because I don't agree. Like, I really don't agree with it. Because we've got the big acrylic pad here. How many sheets is in the little sample size? 16. Oh, it dried. That would make like a neat background to paint something, not this, but like something like that. Might try that later on. And this is their premium, which also makes me wonder if they have the plastic coating. Is this premium or what? Yeah, it's premium. Okay, so it should be the same paper at least. Okay, this number is going to be inflated because this is assuming it's a full size sheet of this. But this is what they listed in their own thing. I'm sure this little, y'all can't see. I don't know why I'm picking it up. I'm sure, oh wait, yes y'all can. This little pad does not have a $13.49 value, but they didn't link anything closer. It's like a sample size, so like, but this is where all the padding is gonna come in, I bet, is me grabbing this for my value. Okay, so running through, let me switch the view for you guys. All right, running through everything. These are the prices that I have. So for the wood cookies, they're $1.52 for both of them. The round paintbrush is $2.25. The acrylic paint in pine green is $1.25. The acrylic marker in gold greetings is 77 cents. The acrylic pad 4" by 4" is $13.50. That's padding right there because we know it's not $13.50. Not even close. The watercolor half pan in snowy silver is $2.50. The flat paintbrush is $2.25. The acrylic paint in holiday gold is $1.25. The acrylic marker in red ribbon is 77 cents. The glitter pen in silver is 79 cents. The watercolor half pan in winter gold is $2.50. The angled paintbrush in size 5 is $2.25. The acrylic paint in Christmas red is $1.25. The acrylic marker in mistletoe green is 77 cents. The acrylic paint in snowman white is $1.25. The acrylic marker in winter gray is 77 cents. The glitter pen in gold is 79 cents. The watercolor pan in festive blue is $2.25. The pouring paint in winter wonderland is $5.99. Sorry. The pouring paint in twilight blue is $5.99. The hexagonal shaped canvas is $2.17. The pouring paint in sleigh bell silver is $5.99. The shaped canvas in triangle is $1.92. And the silver glitter is $1. Give me a minute and I will give you guys a total. Just insert like computer crunching sounds. I mean, you can hear me type. That's close enough. That good Foley. Am I doing? Yeah. Wow. So tired. Actually, oh, he left the room. I was going to ask Joseph if he could do it because I was hitting enter instead of plus. Time to start over again. Actually, Joseph?
Yeah?
I'm so sorry to ask you to do this. Would you sit here and crunch all these numbers for me? I keep making dumb mistakes because my brain is needing a little bit of a break. Thank you.
I think Becca's probably done this like 400 times. I don't know why she's having trouble with it. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in your keyboard tray. That could be it.
That's why. I keep losing my place in the line of numbers.
I'm not exactly a data entry person. Oh, actually, I might have as well. Because there was... No. There were two things that were the same price, and I messed up, so I looked away briefly, and I wasn't positive where I was, so I just went back to where I thought I was, but I'm pretty sure I jumped way too early. I think the key is just never to look away, and don't blink. Yeah. Alright, I've got the number. I'm going to let Becca reveal it.
What?
I said I've got the number. I'm going to let Becca reveal it.
I was eating a freeze-dried airhead.
Alright.
They're really good. Oh, okay. Are you guys ready for the total? Have your guesses ready. The value of this calendar, going by their own prices from their own website, is, oh, let me ask you guys this. When it comes to advent calendars, do you think you should be getting a deal, like saving a little money on the total value of the products? Or do you think you should be getting the exact value? Or do you think you should be getting more or paying more because it is an advent calendar? Okay, we've got some guesses. We have 30 versus 40. We have $55. And the $55 is close. So the value is $61.99. So you guys know I'm a bit of a cheapskate. Yes, I think it should be a deal. I think you should be getting a better value than what the sum of the costs are. You know what I mean? So I'm going to switch back over to... No. Yes. We... Oh, they got me. They got me. I paid 19. Okay. All right. $17 more. They got me. All right. You win this time, Arteza. Okay, and Jill is okay with paying a little extra for packaging, etc. I think if the packaging is really good and reusable, I am happy to pay extra for that. So on that note, I looked up some advent calendars on Etsy, just to kind of art supply advent calendars specifically. And there's all kinds of really cute advent calendars on there. Like, I love how they did stop motion for this crystal calendar. That's just super duper cute. There is a watercolor advent calendar that I thought was kind of cute. There's stationary advent calendars where it's like in little bags, which is a good way to do it. This, no, not that. Hang on. I may have opened it in a different tab. Yes, okay. You can buy your own, fill your own advent calendars. This one's really pretty too. It's got the standard size doors, so it should work with, you know, not every single thing ever, but, oh, and it has little cells in there. That's a good idea. So anyway, the point is you can buy blank advent calendars. I don't know if, like, this store doesn't seem to just sell that, but I'm sure I could, like, look up blank advent calendars and find them. So you have options if you want to put together your own advent calendar. Personally, I think, like, they have like a little dice advent calendar. You can get these here. I'm sure if you've got a Cricut, you can print and cut some just really cute stuff. But my point was, they're even looking at this. I'm not really seeing, this one has craft supplies. That might be interesting. But I'm not seeing a lot of art supply advent calendars. And I would have thought I would have been, maybe I should look up watercolor. Maybe, this one is so cute. Look at that. Isn't that stupid cute? I love it. With the wooden houses, that is very cute. I'm all about tiny houses. But, oh, that's, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. I thought about doing like a Black Friday, let's shop together kind of thing. Maybe next year, but let me see if I look up watercolor advent calendar. Basically what I'm saying is I am surprised that I am not, see this is, oh, that's a cute idea. That is actually really cute, where you print it out and each day you do a different like Christmassy thing. That's cute. That's a cute activity. And that's a watercolor painting advent calendar. Oh, that's kind of a cute idea. Oh, that price point. And that's dot cards. Okay, all right, we're getting into it now. We're starting to get into the really cute Art Supply advent calendars. I just thought there would have been more of them. Like, I thought Etsy would be so many of those. And I'm legit surprised that there aren't. Anyway, that looks like there's like a big old hole in the market for something like that. If somebody wants to get in on it, or hey, welcome. If somebody wants to make one, y'all really would only have to do the tiniest amount of pushing to talk me into making one. Maybe don't. I probably shouldn't. Maybe don't. Or do. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this evening. I'm starting to fritz out, so it is a good time for me to sign off. I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I guess I'm going to go put it somewhere to, I don't know. I'm going to have to cut the back off with a knife. Like, I goofed, and that's on me. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I have some art kits from last year that I still want to stream, so keep an eye out for that, and I hope to see you guys again really soon. Oh, the 12-day advent calendar is going live tomorrow, so if you're one of my patrons, you got it today. If you're not one of my patrons, it goes live tomorrow. Thank you guys again so much for hanging out with me, and just a reminder, although most of you guys are my patrons, so you know, but this is what I spend Patreon money on, is the stuff that we talk about here on the channel. So you guys make this possible, and I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. So have a wonderful evening, guys.